Hey, it's your girl Candy, here with my recap on SISTAS Season 7, Episode 16, Close to You. Now, guys, I do apologize about the late video, but we are here, and I'm going to go, not scene by scene, but I'm just going to go by characters and what took place with them. But, some things I may focus on a little bit more, like Andy meeting the FBI key witness, and unnecessarily with Aaron and Zach, peace beyond to you, brother, all that unnecessary stuff to me. And with Tony and his wife. So let's see, I was good with the episode. It was a decent episode. We found out a lot of information. We saw some underhanded stuff going on, as always, as far as Gary and his little henchman that's setting up Jordan. But anyway, we're not going to even worry about it. So the episode opens up with Tony and his ex-wife, the ex-wife appearing in his office, and they talk about she's Major Wife or Major Ex-Wife, whatever her name is, I can't remember. And they started acting like they were just cool as a cucumber, like they were not exes, like they were just best friends, and they hadn't seen each other in so long, and they were just catching up, and they were just having such a good time expressing themselves to each other. And like Danny's standing there looking like, okay, what's really going on here? And Danny kind of stopped it or whatever, and saying that she's getting ready to go, but that her and Tony were getting ready to go out later on at night. And he was like, well, I got to take the kids somewhere. But she's saying the ex-wife is saying that she'll take the kids, so that her and Danny Danny and Tony can go do what they got to do. But of course, we do find out later on that Danny has an issue with Tony and the ex-wife because she's all up his mama's behind. And I mean, of course, they've been married for however long, and I understand, I understand what Danny is saying, but she has to realize that there is a history and they have kids together. So, she got to get used to him being around his ex-wife. But I understand by her being in the military, Danny thinking this lady gonna be away for a long time. And it seemed like Tony was like kind of glad to see her and whatnot. So we have Andy with Hayden and Fatima. Fatima calls Andy to let her know that Hayden is losing his shit in the office, and I am so glad. I do like to see Hayden kind of, unravel and furled up and whatnot, but it ended up not working out to their advantage because we see that Andy always walking in late with this lady. She's gonna mess up with Miss Marie. I see it. I don't want it to happen, but I kind of see it coming. I see it coming. I really do, because she's always late or she's always behind the 8 ball on something. And in this instance, she could have had, Fatima do something, because when they had a deposition for the wife, it didn't really work in Miss Marie's favor. She thinking, we got Andy, she can't really celebrate, but she's worried that Miss Marie's case is not going to be, a one and done, or it's not going to be an easy breezy divorce, because there are some things that's always being hidden. So after Andy talks to Fatima, she ends up meeting at the FBI's office, who's investigating old Gary fine ass. So they meet at a random location, looks like a hotel or apartment building of some sort, and Andy's, she a little nervous or whatnot about meeting the key witness, and she ain't sure if she can keep the secret about the person. So later on we have Hayden and Fatima in the office talking, and he's boasting that he'll have Miss Marie eating out of the palm of his hand, and he's saying that as Miss Marie was coming up behind him, and we was like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? And it wasn't a big deal for her, because shit, she gonna have him eat not the palm of her hand and whatever else she want him to eat out of. But she wasn't really happy about what took place in court, and I get it. And then we end up later on we end up seeing Hayden um at her hotel, trying to get things shaken up, and trying to do damage control, y'all. And Hayden and this lady, she in her negligee, and she in her lingerie, looking all hot and sexy for an older lady, for Hayden. And, it looked like she was prepared for Hayden to give her some of that yin yang, some of that dun dun dun, do a little 1-2. I don't know. I I don't know. So Ethan, sir, what are you doing? Ethan, slipped Jordan a Mickey. So before this, they're talking about, him leading in the polls, and that things are, going in the right trajectory, but that everything that's going on with Penelope's disappearance is really getting to Jordan and is affecting him. So he's starting to drink to kind of calm his nerves and keep himself, at an even keel, but it really doesn't work for him. And then you got this doggone crook working with you, not knowing he's working for Gary, and he's always doing something. The week before last, he was, trying to put a bug on the picture. The last week, he's sitting there looking at Andy's picture, which that ends up being the picture that he plants the bug in. And this week, you slipping him a Mickey, and Jordan asked him about why you came to work on the campaign, and Ethan tells him that he, likes the hard work, and he likes that Jordan has a big heart for the community and for the people. And then we get Andy calling to check up on Jordan, and Ethan, that's when he slips him his drink. And Andy could tell that Jordan was drinking and whatnot, and I don't know if she was happy about that. It didn't seem like she was, but nobody really wants their person to be drinking if that's not something that they normally do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a normal thing for him. So we get the ladies planning Karen's baby shower. So it's Pam and Sabrina. Danny can't come because she's getting her coup de trois waxed up, and Andy was over there with the FBI child. So, Maurice comes in, and he walks in and sees Pam, and he was like, ooh, nice outfit. And it seems like instantly they click. And I did not know that they were the two that we were going to need on this show, because they are one and the same. Pam is loud and obnoxious at times, and so is Maurice. He's loud and obnoxious. And just so happened they was dressed alike, and I think that's like automatically sent Maurice into the stratosphere of, I have a female girlfriend that I don't, not a female girlfriend, but there's a female that acts like me, and we are dressed alike. Like, we might be on to something. But he ends up talking shit about her later on. But she ends up asking, Maurice to be an ambassador for her company. And then, he act like he hates her guts or whatnot, but we know he don't, because they all date shit. They are one and the same. So, because there's not really room for anybody at Sabrina's place, they go ahead and, exit out. But anyway, later on hold on. Them decorations was bootleg as F. Come on, Sabrina. Now, I know I know Karen did not want a big baby shower, but it's for two babies, and y'all are not rich ladies like that. But y'all could do better than that, making some damn homemade cake and then blowing up balloons with your own mouth. Like, no ma'am. They got machines that blow up balloons. You can go buy a balloon machine that blow up that balloon for you. Like, I got one. My sister got one. Shit, we got one at work. Like, come on, Sabrina. But I guess they don't plan parties, so she might not have it. And I get it. Shots of La Vista to you. So later on, we get Pam at the salon, and of course Karen is there as well. So Trey, lets Pam know that there is a way to take her business to the next level, and that she can give samples out to her clients or to the people, because that's what a barber did to him, and it made him, he ended up buying some because of that. Which is, it's cool. That was a good business move, because everybody loves samples. I'll buy samples sometimes if it's a sample of of nail polish or lip gloss, or samples of perfume, because I don't want to buy the big bottle of perfume and I don't like it. So I'd rather buy a little sample kit where I can have different options to choose from, and then I go buy the bigger bottle of what I want later on. So that's what that's what Trey was telling Pam to do, and that was a smart business move, and business advice. So later on, we get Rich popping up at Sabrina's house, and them two are horny in the butt. They are horny, two horny humans. One wants a baby, one doesn't. But however, Rich, you are still jumping in Sabrina's drawers every chance you get. And I don't even use that word, drawers, but damn it, that's what you're doing. You jumping in this lady's drawers every chance you get, but just because you see a baby shoe on the chair, you think now your wee don't get. Now your wee is flopping. It ain't hard no more. You don't want to hunch, sir. And then you ask this lady, is she taking her birth control? Are you for real, sir? I get it, you don't want no kids, but you keep jumping in her drawers every chance you get. Stay out of them. Stay out of her panties, sir. If you don't want a kid, wear a condom or stay out of her panties, okay? Or hunch somebody that don't want a baby. But this lady told you she want one, you still hunching on her. And I'm with Sabrina this episode. She's telling the people, like, everybody got something to say. She always telling people how she feel. And I ain't mad at her for that. I'm not. But Rich, she ended up telling him to leave and whatnot because he was just doing too much. Here we go with Maurice. Unnecessarily so. He's being himself. So once he leaves Sabrina's house, he gets shook and spooked when he sees his boyfriend cooking food. And he baked his oxtails, and I get it. He baked them instead of cooking them on the stove or in a crock pot. I guess homeboy didn't know, but I hope he did put the seasoning and stuff on there right. And Maurice, I don't know what to say about Maurice. Maurice is a piece of work. He's upset because the guy cooked his oxtails and organized his closet, and for some reason he doesn't appreciate it and wants the guy to leave. But later on, when he talks to his friend at the bar, talks about Grayson, he's talking about how he didn't want him in his personal space, but he lets him know that he's probably traumatized and has trust issues from dealing with Q, because we know he went to jail, dealing with that Q thing, and that really, really bothered him. And I get it. I understand that was a traumatizing situation to go through. Somebody you dealt with, even though you really did not know them, you let them in your space, and all of a sudden you in prison because of something they did, not anything you did. And I can understand that with Maurice. Zach and Aaron, I don't care about that scene because it was unnecessary to me, because there should not be any beef between Zach and Aaron, because Zach is the problem, and I was always rooting for Zach. But Zach, as I listen and look and watch and grow in my own personal life, I realize Zach is an issue. Zach is he's the problem with a lot of people, and because of the way he acts and his come up, during the time he was dating Karen, after Karen, and right during between Karen and Fatima, he's grew financially, and that changed him a little bit. And then because the person that Fatima is, he did change. When is Fatima coming back, y'all? Because I don't know if I like them on the sisters anymore. I don't know. I need them to be in their own space, because Zach annoyed me when he tried to, make up with Aaron, and mention his, the ex-wife's suicide. Like, why would you do that? Why would you bring that up? What does that have to do with anything, Zach? Like, why would you try to, crush, this beef that you all have, but you bring up the suicide? Like, make it make sense. Um, yeah, like that would have caused me to want to put hands and feet on you, put the fluffers on you, and yeah, no, it's not gonna work. So we get Fatima and Zach looking at nannies. It looked like they went through 20 people before they could find one, and that lady, surprisingly enough, she was a stickler for time and schedules and things like that, and that really made them happy. But to me, the lady looked like she looked creepy. I don't know, like she might be a sex maven or sex kitten or somebody that had a dungeon once upon a time, and it looked like she might be the type there to try to get in Zach's pantalones. Yeah, and that's pants in Spanish for those that didn't know. And I might be saying it wrong, but anyway, yeah. So that was it. That's all. That was most of the episode. I don't really have any other thoughts other than Zach was a prick, and I don't mean prick. I mean take out the PR and add the fourth letter of the alphabet in its place. And Zach, that's what Zach is. Gary. When I saw the preview, Gary is a true ding. Oh, Penelope. How did the ham and cheese? I forget about Penelope. Y'all, help me with this one. Penelope said Gary pushed her on the floor. She bled out. He told her to get up and go clean up the mess up off his floor. When was she able to get up off the floor, y'all? Because we saw cleaners coming in to take care of the mess. And in our mind, in the people that White Sister's mind, we thought in our mind that Penelope was taken out with the cleanup crew. And we thought she was gone to glory, y'all. We thought she was. We knew she probably wasn't, but we thought she was, okay? Y'all get what I'm saying? How in the ham and cheese did Gary tell this lady to go clean up her mess? But yet Gary ain't thought nothing about this lady. The continuity is not continuing. Like, I need y'all to make it make sense, y'all. How did this pregnant lady fall on her belly, blood everywhere, her belly bust? Gary told her to clean up her mess. Lady, are you pulling the wool over our eyes? Are you pulling our leg? That don't make sense. From what we saw to what you said, the math ain't math. It ain't adding up. Please talk to me about Penelope, y'all, her story. How the ham and cheese did I forget that when she was the FBI? She's a key witness. And then Andy looked like she on a flip. She don't like she down for taking Gary out. For some reason, I just don't see it in her. For some reason, I just don't. I really don't, y'all. I just don't. It's just something ain't adding up. It ain't. And what's gonna happen with Gary with this tape that the guy done recorded him hunching? You know, what's gonna happen with that between him and Hayden? Not that I care about Hayden at all, but what's gonna happen? Even though Hayden did get Fatima ass together early and call her he called her daggum what is she? A paralegal. Yeah. That was funny. Anywho, y'all keep it cute or put it on mute. Until the next time, love ya. Bye-bye.